Metrics Part 2, Context. As with all effective communication, we want to ensure we provide context to our audience when we're presenting results. Think of it. If you were to say to somebody, hey, I made $1 million in sales last year, that sounds impressive. Until they find out that it cost $999,999 to generate that $1 million in sales. So you made $1. That's a less impressive value, I have to say. We are ineffective communicating when we simply stick to an absolute value. That $1 million might sound positive to one person and negative to another, and they'd both be right. You haven't given them any reason to place a judgment against that value. And let me tell you, when we're communicating metrics, judgment is actually what we're aiming to do. So, in order to provide insight that is based on reality, we take that absolute value, our $1 million, and we place it next to a relative value, a comparator that gives us the context we need. Quick walkthrough. The warehouse ships $1 million worth of products out the door in Q2. Once again, is that good? Is that bad? No idea. You might start by comparing that overall absolute value to the same time period last year. Maybe last year it was $900,000. So on the surface, it looks good, right? We have increased by $100,000 the value of goods that went out the door. You also want to start digging deeper. All right, how many individual shipments did it take? Are we shipping only once we have an order complete, or are we shipping goods as we have them available? That could be changing the amount of costs associated with shipping. Also, what products are we shipping? Maybe we're shipping more high value products or high margin products. Or are we shipping something that as an individual item, we had 30 times more items going out the door to achieve a similar value from last year? Once again, that impacts the cost of shipping. Do we have more employees working in the warehouse, enabling us to ship more? Now, some of these ratios might sound negative. It's not all about just driving down costs. Sometimes those costs are going to creep up, but it's looking again at the comparison. How are they increasing versus the increase in value of products going out the door? When it comes to communicating metrics, remember, we want to get judgy. Very quickly, the use of relative values should enable the audience to understand. Are things getting better or worse? Is this a good or bad result? Are we improving or are things in decline? Next up, the last of our metrics communication video series is going to look at your audience, making sure that what you're communicating is the right metric for the right audience.